Hey y'all, so today was grocery day, and what started out as a beautiful day, gonna go have fun, do all the things, looking forward to it. Aiden's looking forward to it. It quickly turned ugly within just a matter of seconds. And here's what happened. Anyway, we're going to grab some lunch because you do not go into a grocery store hungry. We're going to grab some lunch real quick. We're going to go pick up Dad, right? Yeah. Dad is going to ride around with us and just spend the day with us. And we're going to have some fun with him. And y'all, this is becoming a thing, okay? It's becoming a weekly thing, and I am here to tell you it's a blessing. It really is. So we're going to grab lunch. We're going to go pick up Dad, and then, y'all, we're going to hit the stores. So let's go shopping. Y'all, it's been a day, but it's getting better. I have talked until I am blue in the face to this child of mine. I don't know if I'm getting through. I don't know if he's listening or if it's just going in one ear and out the other. I don't know. To have seen him this morning when he got in my car, like, it took probably a minute and a half of being in my car for me to realize that there's a problem here and that he's done something. And I drove to Walmart, and I turned around and I took him right back home. And he woke up right about the time we pulled in. And we had a conversation. We'd been having a conversation the whole time. The whole day. It's not fair for me to ask somebody else to babysit him when he's mine, and I'm sitting here looking at him. He's in the store right now. We've stopped to get a good cold drink, a fountain drink, and he's in there getting that now. He has quickly sobered up. My mama heart is just broke. Like, I'm trying so hard to hold it together and to not just melt into the floor right now. I'm trying to hold it together for others. But y'all, I had nowhere for him to go. He got a full dose of it today, and that breaks my heart. So, yeah. At least now I can feel better about dropping him off back at home and not worry about whether somebody's there with him or whatever. He's out of it now. So, yeah. I wish I had never come out today. I just do. So I just finished filming my grocery haul outro for tomorrow's video, and I thought, you know what, while I've still got a little bit of sense left in this old brain of mine, let me jump on here and make this video, because I'm home now, and I've been wanting to break down pretty much all day, and I've had to hold it in. One, because we were out in public. Two, because, I had little man right there with me. And 3, so let me back up and tell y'all what happened, okay? And y'all, I may get emotional, I may do it, okay? But there's a really good reason for it. Right now, I'm still in the angry stage, I think. I don't know. But anyway, let me back up and tell y'all what's going on, and then you'll understand why I am where I am right now. So, for the past couple of weeks, my youngest son has been wanting to go with Aiden and I when we go do our grocery haul and all the things. And he likes to ride around with us and spend time with us and just be with us. And today was no different. We had this planned since the first of the week. So we even checked in with each other last night to make sure everything was still good, that we were still on for today. And so when I headed out, I sent him a message and I said, we're leaving now. We'll be there in about 35 minutes or so. And he sent me a message back about 15 minutes later. Okay, I'm waiting on the porch for you. I'm here. I'm ready. Okay, great. So Aiden and I get there and he comes to the car. I couldn't tell anything was wrong at that point. Okay. And he gets in the car and we head off. And we get out probably a half mile from where he lives. And I kind of noticed him slurring a little bit, slurring his words, And I thought, okay, weird. Now, he's supposed to have been sober for a while now, okay? But I noticed him slurring his words, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And he dips. And he had a thing of tobacco, and he opened it up, and I thought he already had a dip in, but I wasn't sure because he had just gotten in the car. And he opened that up, and he just sat there frozen. And I looked over, and he was nodding. And I said, Joseph, what's wrong with you? Just like that, he said, there's nothing wrong with me. I knew that was a lie, okay? So I was driving, and he was sitting in the passenger seat. He finally got him a dip put in, and the whole time it's like he's in slow motion. And I knew instantly. And everything was telling me, turn this car around and take him back home. Aiden doesn't need to see this. Well, he got the dip in, and the next thing I know, he snores a couple of times. And then he's out. Like, he's out. Okay? And I'm fighting with myself the whole time because Aiden's looked forward to this for several days.
Hey, Nanny,
Sorry about that. Little man needed my attention. Anyway, I was fighting with myself as to what to do. Aiden's been looking forward to this, but I don't want him to see this. Do I turn around and take him back? Do I take him to the ER? What do I do? I didn't have my Narcan with me because, I wasn't supposed to need it. So I drove for probably about 15 minutes, long enough to get to Walmart. And when I pulled in Walmart parking lot, I looked over at him, and he was hunched over, and he was still breathing, okay? And I pulled in the parking lot, made a big U-ey, and came right back out of it and headed towards his house. When I got the opportunity, I sent Paps a text message telling him what was going on and told him what I was doing, where I was going, and because my intention was to take him back home, drop him off, and drive off. Like, I was so mad. I was so mad. How dare he? What has he took? You know, what's going on here? So, Paps is very concerned, of course, and he's wanting me to take him to the ER. And so Paps calls, and of course, my phone is hooked up to the car. So when he calls, it wakes Joseph up. And, Paps is telling me his opinion of things, and Joseph's telling me, no, he's not going to the ER, that he doesn't have insurance, he's not going to the ER, blah, blah, blah. What's going on here? And I finally told him, I said, look, and I told Paps, I said, I've got to go. I've got everything in the world going on. Let me just talk to you in a little bit. And when I hung up the phone with him, I looked at Joseph and I said, we're going to pull in over here at your home, and you and I are going to have a chat. The unfortunate thing was that I did not have anywhere for Aiden to get out of the car to go play or go do anything while he and I had this conversation. And I thought, oh God, he is going to, this is it. This is when it all comes out, and he sees it all. And it wasn't how I wanted it to be, but, it wasn't me that made that decision. It was his father that made that decision. And I put it in park, and I said, Joseph, what's going on? What are you on? Do not lie to me, because I already know. Just tell me. And I'm sitting there thinking, if you lie to me, And he looked at me and he said, Mom, I've relapsed. And I said, why? Well, I found, we'll get to that in a minute, found some Xanax bars, and I took them. I said, when did you take them? Let's see, about an hour ago. I said, wait a minute. You took that, knowing what they would do to you, knowing what today was, knowing that we were on our way, knowing that you were going to see me and your child, and you went ahead and done it anyway? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. I said, I don't want to hear sorry. And I still don't want to hear sorry. And I said, what do you mean you found them? Do you have any more? I said, because right now my mind is telling me that, I don't believe that you found them. And if you, I don't know whether you found them or whether you woke up or decided that you were going to relapse and you went and got them. I don't know. I don't know what to believe at this point. And he said, God, can't with this. He said, and I quote, "I found them laying in the Food City parking lot, and I knew what they were, and I just wasn't strong enough to throw them away or to walk away from them. So I picked them up and put them in my pocket. I didn't tell," and he said his wife's name, "I didn't tell her. She knows nothing about this. She's fixing to." And I said, "So you woke up this morning with the mindset, I'm going to relapse?" No. I thought I could be strong enough this morning to flush them or trash them or whatever. I said, "So you picked them up out of a Food City parking lot, not knowing what they were laced with, not knowing who they belonged to." And I don't know that I believe that scenario either. I really and truly hope that my child is not that stupid. But at this point, I don't know. I honestly don't. So you picked them up out of the Food City parking lot, not knowing what they were laced with, not knowing whose they were or anything else. You picked them up off the ground and you took them. You took them. You used them. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what you're sitting there telling me? Yeah. I said, "You're stupid." I'm sorry, but you had no clue. I said, "Do you know how lucky you are that you're even here at this point in time?" I said, "How many more chances do you think you're going to get? How many more times are you going to roll the dice?" And I said, "I'll tell you one thing. He lives with his mother-in-law and her mother, okay? And his wife, of course." And I said, it's not fair for your mother-in-law to find you or Granny to find you. And I said, it's not fair for them to have to make that phone call to me. "I know, Mom. I know." No, you don't. No, you don't. And I said, it is not fair for me to go up there and knock on the door right now and ask your mother-in-law to babysit you today to make sure that you're okay the rest of the day. And it's not. It would not have been fair for me to have done that. I said, so at this point, I don't know what to do. So I sat there for a few minutes and I thought about things and I tried to recenter myself. And because I was point blank period with him. Like, I didn't hold nothing back. And you can't. You honestly can't at this point. And I told him, after several minutes of silence, I turned to him and I told him, if this is what's going to happen again, if you're going to take all that time that you had under your belt being sober and you're just going to waste it, and this is where you're going to pick up and run with it again, I will cut you off. I will cut you off from me. I will cut you off from your son. I will cut you off. And I said, your dad and I cannot save you. If we could, this would have been over and done with years ago. We can't save you. We can't continue mentally and emotionally to sit back and watch you destroy every single thing. We just can't. I will cut you off. And he started crying. And then I told him, I said, here's the deal. And I said, you can totally choose. That's fine. You can either pull from way down deep inside of you and fight with everything you've got to snap out of this, okay? To get rid of the high, to get rid of all of this, okay? I will take you with me today, and I will watch you. I said, but if you continue to nod out and slur your words and act like you're enjoying this, I'm sorry. I said, I will leave you where you're standing. I don't care where it's at. I will leave you. I said, or I can go up there and I can knock on the door and I can request your mother-in-law to babysit you today. I said, now I'll offer to pay her. But that's not fair. She's got her hands full of Granny, and that's not fair. I said, but if you get out of this car and go in that house, don't you contact me again. And I meant that. And I still do mean that. And I know it sounds harsh to tell your child that. But y'all, 14 years. 14 years. He had a year sobriety under his belt. I don't know if this is the first time. I really don't. I don't know. I'm mad. Okay? I'm mad that he exposed his child to his, golly bum, the word I want to say I can't say. I'm mad. I talked to him the rest of the day. Okay? I kept an eye on him. I made sure. And he even asked me after we left Walmart again. He asked me, which I did not. The only thing I got from Walmart was a spray bottle. I couldn't remember why I even went to Walmart. Okay? I couldn't. And I wound up getting a spray bottle that I needed for the garden. He bought a few things and he got Aiden a few things. But anyway, we left from there and he said, well, Mom, how do you think I'm doing? And I said, well, you're still slurring your words a little bit, but other than that, you seem to be pulling out of it. And I said, why? Why? And he didn't have an answer for me. He just told me he wasn't strong enough. You know, I went to every store that I could think of, okay, to walk him around. We didn't, whether we bought anything or not, we went to Walmart. We went to the co-op. I was going to grab some more corn seed. corn plant, whatever. I can't even think right now. I was going to buy some more corn to plant, and y'all, it was $30, $29.99 for a bag, a small bag of corn to plant. Okay, and I'm not paying that. But anyway, we walked around the co-op for a little bit. We went to Kroger, and I got the things that I needed there, and we walked around. Then we left from there. We went to Weigel's, and he went in. Aiden was wanting a drink. He went in. He got us all a drink. He came back out, you know. And then I took him to the grocery outlet, and we walked it. Didn't buy a thing, but we walked it. And the lady up front was like, "You didn't find anything today?" Like, you know, she was kind of concerned. And I was like, "Well, no." I said, "I was really looking for some creamer, hoping you guys had some creamer in." And she said, "Well, we get a truck in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday." And I'm like, "Thank you for the info." We left from there. I took them to my favorite nursery, and we walked around there, and we looked at the little bitty tomato plants. I mean, they were like that, okay, barely up out of the soil. We looked at the roses, which I fell in love with. We looked at so many things. And then I had to take him home. And when he figured out that's where we were going, he started telling me, "Mom, this will never happen again. This will never happen again." I promise you I won't relapse again. I've heard that so many times. On the way home, I asked Aiden if he was okay, and he said, "Yeah, I'm good. Why?" And I said, "Well, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay." He said, "What, considering what happened today?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Nanny, what does my dad do?" And he won't say the word. He won't say the word. He does like a R2-D2 C3PO kind of thing, you know. What? He won't say the word. Why does my dad do that? Why does my dad make bad choices? I don't know, Betty. I don't know. And I said something about, you know, how he was feeling, and he said, "Well, I don't know." He said, "I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm happy." He said, "When my daddy hugged me and he was holding back tears," he said, "I hugged him back and I was holding back tears too." And I said, "Buddy, you don't have to do that. You don't have to hold back tears. It's okay to let them flow." And he said, "That's what I'll do next time." I said, "Okay." So anyway, I have fought to, and I've got, I took some footage of him. I did. He was sitting in my car, and I sent some of it to Pat so that he could see what I was dealing with, you know. And I don't know if it'll be allowed for me to upload it or not, or to add it to this and upload it. I don't know. I want you guys to see what I'm dealing with, but you that are going through this, you already know. You already know what I'm dealing with. You've probably been there, done that, and felt the exact same way that I do. I have never in my life felt more defeated than I have all day today. And I have fought my emotions to not just melt into a puddle or curl up into a ball and wish everything away all day long. I have fought off the emotion of crying my eyes out. The one emotion that I could not fight off was anger. I couldn't fight it off. I couldn't. The words came out. I think he needed to hear it. The words came out, and they came out quickly. And they came out justly. Now, it's later in the evening. Y'all, I was with him for over 6 hours to make sure that he was okay before I took him home. 6 hours. And I asked him, are you okay now? And he said, I'll be honest with you. He said, I think the fear of you figuring it out and what was coming after that, that was definitely a buzzkill, and it was over and done with at that point. Hey, whatever it takes, you know? I said, well, anyway, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to have me a big old cry, okay? It's coming. I feel it. I know it. So I'm going to go in here and just let it come and get it out. It's not good to hold that in. So I'm going to go let it out. And then I'm going to pull myself up by my bootstraps. And I'm going to try to move on with this day. And tomorrow will be better. I hope. I hope. I don't know. Y'all, these drugs are killing a whole generation of kids. It's way too easy for them to get them. Way too easy. I do not believe for one second that he found them in the parking lot of a food city. On the ground, picked them up. I don't believe it. Something tells me that that's, again, I can't use the words that I want to use. Something tells me that's just BS, and yeah. He intentionally went and bought that, or had somebody bring it to him, or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all, pray for us and we'll pray for you. I mean, our kids need help. But until they're ready to get help, there's nothing we can do. I can sit here and shed every tear in the world, and, you know, it does absolutely nothing. Nothing. At this point, I'm at my wit's end with it all. And, you know, my focus is 100% on that little boy in there and making sure that he's okay through all this. So, I'm going to go get my cry out, and, I may take a day or two off to figure this out. So I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see. Much love to each and every one of y'all. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.